First race of the evening, Pine Bud Richard, Everglades Stormy Vic, Air Trust, Betty Bama, Senor Sex, Southampton Ellen, Uchi Angus, Mabu Ravella, and Marmacy Denise. Here they come. They're off and pacing Pine Bud Richard away from the rail quickly to grab the lead. Up on the outside is Air Trust. The extreme outside, Southampton Ellen is rushing out 40 into the first turn as they move on by the 8th Pine Bud Richard. Air Trust on the outside is second. On the inside, Marmacy Denise third. On the limb, Southampton Ellen is parked out fourth. On the outside in 5, Senor Sec. Down inside, Everglades Stormy Vic, followed by Betty Bama, then Uchi Angus, and Mabu Ravella is at the back of the field. They head on past the opening quarter. And moving up on the limb to take over the lead is Air Trust. Pine Bud Richard now sits the pocket. Marmacy Denise next in line is third. Southampton Ellen is pacing in 4, tied up in 5. Everglades Stormy Vic in 6, Senor Sec. Then Betty Bama. Uchi Angus moving to the outside. Mabu Ravella. They were past the quarter in 30 seconds as they continue off the top turn through the stretch for the first time approaching the half. On top, it's Air Trust leading by 1. Pine Bud Richard. Here comes Marmacy Denise now moving up first over as they continue on past the half. Air Trust, Marmacy Denise on the outside. Pine Bud Richard taken to the outside third. Everglades Stormy Vic is racing in 4th. Southampton Ellen 5. Uchi Angus on the limb 6th. Senor Sack is 7. Mabu Ravella. And now shuffled to the back of the pack is Betty Bama. Halfway home in 102 and 3/5 onto the backstretch for the final time. Marmacy Denise now leads the field with Pine Bud Richard racing second. Everglades Stormy Vic is third. Uchi Angus now sits 4th. Up on the outside, Southampton Ellen in 5. Here comes Betty Bama gaining some ground on the outside as they move into the turn. Onto the 7/8 to go. Marmacy Denise, Pine Bud Richard in the center is second. 3 wide, third Everglades Stormy Vic. Out there moving 4 wide is Betty Bama. She's gaining ground. 1:33 and 3 3/4. They fan out 4 wide off the top turn. Marmacy Denise is still on top. Everglades Stormy Vic is second. Out there 4 wide third. That's Betty Bama down the lane to the payoff. Everglades Stormy Vic up on the outside. Betty Bama far outside Uchi Angus, but it will be Everglades Stormy Vic to win it. Betty Bama second. Uchi Angus third. Operating back into victory lane, the winner of race 1, number 2, Everglades Stormy Vic. 6-year-old Chestnut Gelded, son of Storm Damage, owned by Daryl Henniker of Truro. Donnie Ellis trains and drives the mile in 2:05 and 4/5. Race number 2 of the evening, Marion's Ranger, Your Mind, Dandy Sealster, Stone Ring Salpatron, Medley Caramillo, Winnin' Gambler, and Lance's Powell. Here they come. They are off and pacing. Marion's Ranger getting away from the rail quickly to grab the lead. Up on the outside, Stone Ring Salpatron is driving up with Dandy Sealster in the center. Down inside, Your Mind has come away 4th. Up on the limb, Lance's Powell in 5. Followed out by Medley Caramillo. The early trailer is Winnin' Gambler down the backstretch for the first time as they approach the opening quarter. Out front, Marion's Ranger, Stone Ring Salpatron moving up on the outside looking for the top. And behind them in racing third is Dandy Sealster. Lance's Palace 4th. Your Mind takes a look 5. Medley Caramillo holds down the 6th spot. And 7th and trailing, that's Winnin' Gambler. Opening panel was in 29 seconds flat. Midway through the upper turn, Marion's Ranger quickly now up to regain the top spot as they move off the top turn. Stone Ring Salpatron is now racing second. Dandy Sealster is third. Lance's Powell takes a look 4th. Your Mind is still racing in 5. Medley Caramillo and Winnin' Gambler. They move up past the halfway point. Marion's Ranger in control of the field. On the outside, Lance's Powell now moving up to challenge. On the inside, locked in third. Stone Ring Salpatron. Your Mind gets a second over. Journey in 4. Dandy Sealster is hemmed in 5th. Medley Caramillo and Winnin' Gambler trails the half a minute 3/5. They move on to the backstretch for the final time. Marion's Ranger charts the path by 3 parts of a length. Outside is Lance's Powell second. Locked in the pocket, Stone Ring Salpatron. Your Mind on the outside with cover in 4th. Coming up 3 wide from the back is Wooden Gambler as they move on to the top turn. Marion's Ranger by 1 length. Stone Rig Salpatron. Wooden Gambler gains ground quickly on the outside, and he moves on to give chase second as they continue on past the 7/8. Stone Rig Salpatron now pulls the pocket. 3/4 in 1:31 and 3/5. 3 wide off the top turn. Marion's Ranger clinging to the lead. Outside, Stone Rig Salpatron is giving chase second down the lane to the payoff. Stone Rig Salpatron now forging to the top. Wooden Gambler to the outside. Nowhere to go, Dandy Sealster. It will be Stone Rig Salpatron, Wooden Gambler, and Dandy Sealster. Stone Rig Salpatron, an 8-year-old bay gelding by Sly Heel. Over Ron Heffer and Vince Rhines. Gary McDonald driving. Mile in 2:03 and 2/5. Race number 3 has War, H.H. Stratton, Miss Thundercloud, Cooch Grass, Magian Ways, Go By Treasure, Haley's Express, Potential Power, and Dee McGee. They're off, and as they leave the gate, H.H. Stratton away quickly to grab the lead. Miss Thundercloud is driving out second. Down inside, War's away third. Up one on the outside, Haley's Express moves on from 4. Down inside, Dee McGee has come away in the 5 spot. Cooch Grass on the limb races in 6th. Settling in 7 is Magian Ways up on the outside. Potential Power as they move down the backstretch for the first time. Continuing on by the opening quarter. H.H. Stratton out front by 2 lengths. On the inside, second, Miss Thundercloud. War moves up quickly on the outside as they move into the turn. Followed 4th by Haley's Express in 5. That's Dee McGee. Magian Ways trots in 6. Go By Treasure 7. Potential Power is 8. 9th and trailing. That's Cooch Grass. 31 seconds was the opening quarter. They make their way off the top turn. Out front, H.H. Stratton with War now giving chase second. Miss Thundercloud is next in line third. Haley's Express is pacing in 4. Dee McGee looks to the outside 5 midway through the stretch with H.H. Stratton maintaining a 2-length lead. War giving chase out of 2. From 3 is Miss Thundercloud. Dee McGee moves up first over 4th. On the inside, Haley's Express is 5th. Magian Ways trot 6. Go By Treasure. Potential Power. And Cooch Grass can see them all. 1:02 and 4 was the half. They make their way onto the backstretch. H.H. Stratton has opened up to 4 open lengths with Dee McGee now moving up on the outside to take over second. On the inside, War is 3rd. Miss Thundercloud 4th. Haley's Express now to the passing lane in 5 and steps up 3 wide. They check in at the 3/4. On top of the field, just by a length and a half, H.H. Stratton. Dee McGee is now a closer second. Racing 3rd, Miss Thundercloud on the outside 4th. Is Haley's Express. War has dropped back to 5th. 1:34, the 3/4. They move past the 7/8. H.H. Stratton by a length. Dee McGee on the outside is now closing in second. Miss Thundercloud set to come 3 wide with Haley's Express 4th. Down the lane they come through the stretch of the payoff. On top, H.H. Stratton now draws off to 3 lengths. Miss Thundercloud on the outside with Dee McGee battling for second, but it will be H.H. Stratton. It's close for second. We'll have to wait for the photo. The winner of race 3, number 2, H.H. Stratton, a 2-year-old bay colt by Cam Fella over Eric Webby of Dartmouth, trained and driven by Robert Laffin. Mile in 2:05 and 4/5. Race number 4 of the evening, Words of Wisdom, Woodmere Hobo, Mother's Princess, Emerald Eyes, Rambling Dawn, Percenta Robin, Ocean View, Abe Quick, in the back tier, Glenview April. They're off, and and pacing Words of Wisdom away quickly from the rail to grab the top spot. Rambling Dawn is hustled up on the outside. Woodmere Hobo takes a seat third. Away in the fourth spot, Glenview April. Mother's Princess is pacing fifth in the early going. Outside Emerald Eyes in sixth. Percenter Robin has come away seventh. Ocean View is eighth. Ninth and trailing is Abe Quick onto the backstretch for the first time as they head on past the opening quarter. Out front, Words of Wisdom leads the field by 1 length. Rambling Dawn is racing second. Pacing along in three at the rail is Woodmere Hobo. Glenview April moving up on the outside. And now taking over fourth is Emerald Eyes as they continue on now to the 3/8 out front. Still with a 1-length lead. It's Words of Wisdom. Rambling Dawn getting a good journey second. Woodmere Hobo is third. Up on the limb fourth is Emerald Eyes, locked in fifth. Glenview April. Mother's Princess moving on the outside sixth. Seventh on the move. On the outside is Ocean View. Then Percenter Robin and Abe Quick is the treader. 30-2 was the quarter as they move on past the halfway point. Words of Wisdom continues to chart the path by 1 with Rambling Dawn right there second. First over is Emerald Eyes third. Woodmere Hobo hemmed in is fourth. On the limb with cover in 5. That's Mother's Princess. Glenview April has 6th. 7th on the outside is Ocean View, racing in 8 down the backstretch. Percenter Robin and Abe Quick moving to the outside from the back of the field. They continue on to the 3/4, half at 102 and 1/5. Words of Wisdom is still there by a length on the inside. Rambling Dawn second. Mother's Princess now asked to go 3 wide. She moves on to third. Dropping back on the outside, Emerald Eyes is fourth. Woodmere Hobo is still locked in fifth. Outside, Ocean View in sixth. They continue into the turn. 1:33 and 2 3/4. Words of Wisdom still there, 3 parts of a length. Mother's Princess on the outside is second. Rambling Dawn down inside is racing third. Woodmere Hobo fourth. They make the final turn. Words of Wisdom trying to hold on to the lead on the outside. That's Mother's Princess. Rambling down to the inside. Third down the lane. On the outside, Mother's Princess not going to get to Words of Wisdom. The show spot goes to Rambling Dawn. Doug Polly of Amherst. Doug Polly Jr. driving. The mile in 2:05. Race number 5, WP Rose, Radiant Night, Future Classic, Call Me Alf, Love You Herbert, Uda Finet, Crystal Skipper, and Stipleaf's Girl. They're off and pacing. Future Classic off the gate first, looking for the lead. Radiant Night driving up on the outside. On the inside is WP Rose. They're 3 across the track into the first turn as they vie for the early lead. Moving on by the 8th. On the outside, Future Classic now emerges with the top spot. On the inside, WP Rose gives way. She'll race for the pocket, settling in third. That's Radiant Night, a gap of 2 back to Call Me Alf in 4. As they move down the backstretch, 5th is Love You Herbert. Uda Finet in 6. Racing in 7 is Crystal Skipper. And Stipleaf's Girl is the treader. Seating arrangements complete as they move on to the top turn. Out front, Future Classic leads by 2. WP Rose gives chase second. Third is Radiant Night. Call Me Alf paces along 4th. Followed in 5 by Love You Herbert, Uda Finet, Crystal Skipper, and Stipleaf's Girl. 29 2/5 was the opening quarter. Positions unchanged as they move off the top turn and in front of the grandstand for the first time. On top, it's still Future Classic by a length and a half. On the inside, WP Rose is racing second. Third, that's Radiant Night, followed by Call Me Alf in 4. Love You Herbert 5. Crystal Skipper will shoot the gap 6. They move into the lower turn, continuing on out of the 5/8. Future Classic now by 3. WP Rose on the outside is second, moving to the inside. Radiant Night third. On the limb and racing 4th is Call Me Alf. Locked in Crystal Skipper. 101 and 2 was the half. They continue on to the 3/4. Future Classic still there. On the inside, Radiant Night. WP Rose on the outside is first over. Call Me Alf covered up on the limb 4th. Inside, nowhere to go, Crystal Skipper in 5. Love You Herbert, Stipleaf's Girl, and Uda Finet is at the back. 132 3/4. They move into the turn. Future Classic, the one to catch. Radiant Night on the inside is now racing second. Crystal Skipper looks for room third. 3 wide is Call Me Alf, moving up to 4th. Off the turn, less than 1/8 to come. Future Classic still on top. Radiant Night on the outside now second. Crystal Skipper third, and Radiant Night moves on to take over, with Crystal Skipper getting up to finish second. The show spot to WP Rose. winner of race 5, number 2, Radiant Night, a 6-year-old mare by Nightly Blue Chip, owned by George McLean of Pictou. Bruce McLean driving, the mile in 2:02 and 4/5. Race number 6, I'm a Twin Star. Blazing Brent, Hustling Larry, Lively Dandy, Keystone Lingo, Shamrock Bell, Minor Hanover, Amber Accolade, and I'm a Character. They're off, and as they leave the gate, Blazing Brent away quickly to grab the lead. Keystone Lingo driving up on the outside. I am Twin Star down inside as they move into the first turn, heading on by the opening 8th and into the backstretch. On top with the lead, Blazing Brent. I am Twin Star on the inside second. Hustling Larry parked out third. On the limb, Lively Dandy is fourth. Down to the inside, I'm a Character is fifth. Keystone Lingo caught on the outside is racing in sixth. From 7 is Minor Hanover. They continue past the quarter and move into the turn. On the outside, moving out of the top spot, it's Hustling Larry. Blazing Brent now sits second, left uncovered on the outside. That's Lively Dandy third. I am Twin Star locked in fourth on the inside. Keystone Lingo with cover on the limb from 5. On the inside, 6th. I'm a Character moving on the outside. Minor Hanover from 7 as they continue off the turn. And through the stretch, Shamrock Bell and Amber Accolade are the trailers. 29-4 was the opening quarter. They move up past the halfway marker. On top, Hustling Larry, Lively Dandy moving up to match strides on the outside. Getting a good second over journey is Keystone Lingo third, locked in the pocket. As they move into the lower turn is Blazing Brent. Minor Hanover moving up into contention, 5th. I am Twin Star shuffle back to 6th. They move on to the backside for the final time. Half in 101. Lively Dandy takes over, but only shortly as Keystone Lingo drives up now to take the top spot. Lively Dandy second. Blazing Brent moving up on the limb third. 3 wide fourth. These Minor Hanover. They move on past the 3/4. Keystone Lingo the one to catch. Blazing Brent on the outside is now second. 3 wide third is Minor Hanover. On the inside, Lively Dandy is pacing 4th. I am Twin Star in 5. Amber Accolade 6. Shamrock Bell. I'm a Character, and Hustling Larry now trails. 1:31 and 2, the 3/4. They move off the top turn. It's all Keystone Lingo. He begins to draw off now by 5 lengths. Lively Dandy moving up at the rail to recapture second. The outside, Blazing Brent. Minor Hanover closing up quickly on the outside. Keystone Lingo wins it. Minor Hanover second. Lively Dandy third. Operating back is the official winner of race 6, number 5, Keystone Lingo, a 3-year-old bay colt by Columbia George, owned by Eric Webby of Dartmouth. Robert Laffin picking up his second win. A mile in 2:01 and 2/5, a new race record for the colt. Race number 7, Disputer, Marmashidino, Safe and Sure, Best Pal, Holly's Our Wave, Stealth Bomber, Wessex, Sri Lanka, and Highway 401. They're off and pacing. Marmashidino gets off the gate first to grab the lead. Disputer driving out second. Safe and Sure up on the outside is third. Holly's Our Wave wide fourth. On the inside is Highway 401 as they move on to the opening 8th and into the backstretch. Marmashidino out front leads the pack by 1. Up on the outside is Safe and Sure. Disputer down inside is sitting third. Next in line 4th, Highway 401 and 5, Holly's Our Wave. Quickly up on the outside comes Wessex. Then further on back, as they move on past the quarter, is Best Pal, Stealth Bomber, and Sri Lanka is trailing. They move into the turn as they approach the 3/8. Safe and Sure has moved up and grabbed the top spot by a length. Wessex continues up on the outside. On the inside is Marmashidino, who now races in 3, followed by Disputer 4th. Highway 401 looks to the passing lane in 5, with Holly's Our Wave following 6. 2 lengths back to Best Pal, Stealth Bomber, and Sri Lanka. 30-1 was the opening quarter. They approach the halfway point, and Wessex from the outside moves on to take the top spot. Opens up now to 2 lengths. Safe and Sure second. Highway 401 to the outside is first over third. On the inside, Marmashidino fourth. Holly's Your Way following cover on the outside in 5. In the 6th spot is Disputer, Stealth Bomber, Best Pal in Sri Lanka. They move on to the backstretch for the final time. The half was in a minute 1/5 as they approach 3/4. Wessex by a length and a half over Safe and Sure. Highway 401 on the outside within striking distance. Third on the inside, Marmashidino is fourth. Holly's Your Wave in 5. Stealth Bomber, Disputer, Sri Lanka, and Best Pal. They continue on to the 7/8. Wessex, the one to catch, still has it a length and a half. On the outside, Highway 401 is giving chase second. On the inside, third is Safe and Sure. Marmashidino is still fourth. 1:30 and 1/5 to 3/4. They've got less than 1/8 to come as they make their way off the top turn. And Wessex leads them on to the payoff. On the outside, Highway 401, Safe and Sure. On the inside, Marmashidino is fourth. As they drive to the wire, it's Wessex, Safe and Sure. Wessex wins it, Safe and Sure second, Highway 401 third. Winner of race 7, number 7, Wessex, a 6-year-old gelded son of Genghis Khan with the Don Carlos stables of Naglasco. Trained by Jim Thompson, Emmons McKay driving. The mile in 2 minutes flat. Race number 8 of the evening, Prairie Granite, Chef DeMars, Paris Traction, Dream Wesley, Miss Heather Marie, Volvic, Repeat Power, JW Brett, and DJ's Boomer. They're off and pacing. Chef DeMars away quickly. On the inside, Prairie Granite drives out second. Dream Wesley up on the outside. Paris Traction down inside. He is racing in 4 in the early going as they head for the opening 8th. On the outside, moving up to take charge, Chef DeMars. Prairie Granite gives way and races second. Caught on the outside third is Dream Wesley. Paris Traction is pacing in 4. 5 belongs to DJ's Boomer. Looking at it, 6th is Miss Heather Marie. On the outside, Volvic is 7. Racing 8 on the inside, Repeat Power. And the trailer is JW Brett. They continue into the turn, approaching the 3/8. Chef DeMars will set the early fractions. He leads by 1 length. On the outside and parked first over is Dream Wesley. On the inside, getting a good journey is Prairie Granite. Third on the limb with cover in 4 is DJ's Boomer. Paris Traction looks at it from 5. On the outside, Volvic has 6. They move off the top turn and race through the stretch. 31 and 1 was the opening quarter. Out front, leading the pack by 1, it's Chef DeMars. A tough journey for Dream Wesley. On the outside, second. On the inside, locked in the pocket, Prairie Granite, followed by Paris Traction. DJ's Boomer up on the outside. Miss Heather Marie is racing in 6th. 7th on the outside is Volvic. 8th, 3 wide is Repeat Power. 9th and trailing JW Brett. The half in 104. And 1/5 down the backside, final time. Chef DeMars still there by 1 length. Here comes DJ's Boomer up 3 wide, now to sit second. Third to the inside, nowhere to go, Prairie Granite. Outside and backing up the outer tier is Dream Wesley. 3 wide around the tiring Dream Wesley is Repeat Power. As they continue on to the 7/8, on the outside, DJ's Boomer up to say hello with Chef DeMars holding the lead by a neck. On the inside and still caught in third is Prairie Granite. 1:35 and 3 3/4. Less than 1/8 to come as they move off the top turn. Chef DeMars outside is DJ's Boomer. Prairie Granite still looks for room as they drive to the lane. Chef DeMars, DJ's Boomer. Prairie Granite up 3 wide is Repeat Power, but it will be Chef DeMars, DJ's Boomer, and Prairie Granite. Heading back, the winner of race 8, number 2, Chef DeMars, a 5-year-old gelded son of Viking Brat, home of Thomas Green of Knoll. Danny Romo driving. Mile in 2:05 and 3/5. Race number 9, top of the stretch, Cambridge Dynamo, Meltemi, Ranger Vic, Nectar's Choice, Majian Speed, CS Bill, Lingan Matthew, MD Thompson, and Chief Tudor. They're off, and as they leave the gate away quickly, it's Ranger Vic looking for the lead. Cambridge Dynamo drives out from the rail second. CS Bill is driven up on the outside quickly now to take charge as they move by the opening eighth. CS Bill now comes out with the early lead on the inside. Ranger Vic is away second. Up on the outside, Lingan Matthew looks to take a seat third. On the limb, the Trotter Majian Speed is fourth. Down to the inside and racing from 5 as they continue past the quarter is Cambridge Dynamo. Up on the outside, on the limb from 6 and going 3 wide is Nectar's Choice. They continue on to the top turn. 29-4 was the opening quarter. Out front, CS Bill has the lead. Out there 3 wide and moving up to second is Nectar's Choice. Ranger Vic down inside is third. Majian Speed is trotting on the outside in fourth. They move off the top turn. CS Bill on the inside. Ranger Vic caught out there 3 wide is Nectar's Choice. Majian Speed in the center is now racing second as they continue on past the halfway point. Out front, leading the way, CS Bill. Majian Speed trots second. Ranger Vic third, still 3 wide is Nectar's Choice. Down inside and racing in fourth is Lingan Matthew. Chief Tudor in the 5 spot. Cambridge Dynamo on the outside as they move down the backstretch for the final time. CS Bill had them past the half in 1:01 and 1/5 and still leads by a length and a half. Outside, Majian Speed is going a big trip second. On the limb moving up is Chief Tudor third. Ranger Vic tiring on the inside fourth. Cambridge Dynamo on the limb from 5 as they move into the turn. Continuing on to the 7-8. CS Bill the one to catch. Majian Speed is trotting along second with Chief Tudor pacing third. On the inside fourth, Cambridge Dynamo. MD Thompson on the limb in 5 as they move off the top turn and straighten out for the stretch drive. CS Bill still in control. Majian Speed is still racing second with Chief Tudor on the outside. Third, Cambridge Dynamo is fourth. Down the lane, CS Bill, Majian Speed. It will be CS Bill winning it second. Majian Speed. Chief Tudor finishes third. Number 6, CS Bill, a 5-year-old chestnut horse by Tarport Irvin out of the Dam Wavy. Owned by Michelle Patricken of Truro, trained and driven by Bill Baker. The mile in 2:02 and 4/5. Race number 10 of the evening has Glencoe Vallis, Queen's Future, Julia Van Wyck, Darn Flighty, Miller's Glimmer, RB's Laura, Cobequid Triple, Maxine's Jewel, and Fussy Christine. They're off and pacing. Queen's Future driving out looking for the lead. Glencoe Vallis driving out alertly from the rail. Maxine's Jewel firing out quickly from the extreme outside. She's 3 wide, vying for the early lead as they move on to the opening 8th. Out there, 3 wide, Maxine's Jewel looking for the top. In the center, now racing second, Queen's Future. Glencoe Vallis on the inside is pacing third. Fussy Christine has come away fourth. Julia Van Wyck in 5. RB's Laura on the limb is 6th. 7th is Darn Flighty. Then Miller's Glimmer and Cobequid Triple is the early trailer. They continue into the turn. Maxine's Jewel on top to set the early fraction. She leads by 1. Glencoe Vallis is sitting in the pocket. Racing along third is Queen's Future. Moving up on the outside is RB's Laura. Off stride, that was Julia Van Wyck. The opening quarter was 29 seconds as they continue off the turn and travel through the stretch for the first time. Out front, Maxine's Jewel. She's still leading by 1. Racing along second and getting a good journey is Glencoe Vallis. On the outside, RB's Laura is pacing along third. On the inside, Queen's Future is fourth, followed by Miller's Glimmer, Fussy Christine. Cobequid on the outside as they continue into the lower turn. Moving on now past the 5/8 into the backstretch. Maxine's Jewel had them past the half in 1:01 and 3/5. On the inside, Queen's Future. Outside, Glencoe Vallis is third. Locked inside, Fussy Christine fourth. RB's Laura 5. 3 wide from 6, Miller's Glimmer. Julia Van Wyck is racing in 7. Cobequid Triple on the outside 8. They check in at the 3/4. Maxine's Jewel. She's looking strong out front. On the outside and moving up 3 wide is Miller's Glimmer second. In the center, Glenn Covellis. Queen's Future down inside is fourth. RB's Laura. Nowhere to go in the center. Fifth. 3 wide is Comical Triple in sixth. They move off the top turn. Less than an eighth to come. 1:32 and 3 3/4. Maxine's Jewel leads them through the lane. On the outside, Glenn Covellis, Queen's Future. Down the stretch, Maxine's Jewel, Glenn Covellis, RB's Laura closing up quickly, but it will be Maxine's Jewel. RB's Laura gets up for second, the show spot to Glenn Covellis. Riding back, the winner of race 10, number 8, Maxine's Jewel, a 4-year-old mare by Walton Hanover, owned by Eric Johnson of Summerside, trained and driven by Emmons McKay. Island 202 and 4/5. Race number 11 of the evening, Gertrude Rivenoak, Muscle Toxin, Rockin' and Rollin', Graham's Pella, Super Bowl Shuffle, Lamborghini's Pride, PH Kita, Paradox, and Lady Aiken. They're off, and as they leave the gate, away quickly, Rockin' and Rollin' to grab the top spot. As they move into the first turn, rushing up on the outside is Super Bowl Shuffle. Out there, 3 wide. PH Kita is third. Down on the inside, Graham's Funnel away fourth. Settling in 5 is Paradox. Gertrude Rivenoak comes away sixth. Seventh in the early going is Lady Aiken. Then Muscle Toxin, and trailing the field down the backstretch, Lamborghini's Pride. As they continue on past the opening quarter, out front, Rockin' and Rollin' as the lead a length and a half. Super Bowl Shuffle has settled in the pocket, racing third. Graham's Funnel in the 4 spot. That's Paradox. PH Kita has taken a seat fifth. Gertrude Rivenoak in sixth. Lady Aiken has 7. In 8, it's Muscle Toxin, and Lamborghini's Pride is trailing. 29 and 4 was the opening quarter. As they move off the top turn and through the stretch for the first time, Rockin' and Rollin' leads the way by 2 lengths over Super Bowl Shuffle. Here comes Paradox moving up on the outside first over. On the inside is Graham's Fella racing in 4th on the limb. Gertrude Rivenoak follows cover in 5. 6th on the inside and locked in PH Kita. On the outside, Muscle Toxin on the move. Lady Aiken and Lamborghini's Pride can see them all. A half in 101 and 4/5. They move on past the 5/8 into the backstretch. Rockin' and Rollin' continuing to chart the path. Paradox moving up on the outside now second. Third of the inside, Super Bowl Shuffle. Getting a second over, Journey in 4. Gertrude Rivenoak followed by Muscle Toxin 5th on the inside. Graham's Fella has 6. Lamborghini's Pride, PH Kita, and Lady Aiken. They move on now to the 7/8. Rockin' and Rollin' trying to hold on to the lead. Paradox gives chase from the outside, and the inside third, Super Bowl Shuffle. Gertrude Rivenoak on the limb is 4th. 3 wide, Muscle Toxin in 5. Off the top turn, less than an eighth to come. 1:31 and 4 3/4. They make the final turn. Rockin' and Rollin' still there. Paradox closing in on the outside. Super Bowl Shuffle is third. Rockin' and Rollin'. Paradox closing up quickly, and she takes over. Drawing off to win it second is Rockin' and Rollin', the show spot to Super Bowl Shuffle. Now trending back, the winner of race 11, number 8, Paradox, a 3-year-old filly by Quality Blue Chip, owned by Trevor Delaney of Summerside. Trained and driven to victory by Danny Romo, the mile in 2:01 and 2/5. 12th and final dash, Fundy wins Horton, Command Power, Princess JT, Kill Karen Bay, Young Spy, Gerrymander, Geeka Buddy, Charlotte's Rocket, and Joyous One. They're off and pacing. Princess JT away quickly looking for the lead, battling Fundy wins Horton into the first turn. Joyous One drives out third. Up on the outside, that's Geeka Buddy away in the 4 spot. Down inside, Kill Karen Bay. is away fifth into the backstretch. 4-time one as they move on to the opening quarter. Out front, Fundy wins Horton by 1 length. Princess JT in the garden spot. Third is Joyous One. Fourth, Command Power. Way in 5. As they continue past the quarter is Geeka Buddy. Kilkerran Bay has 6th. 7th is Young Spy on the outside in 8th. Gerrymander. And at 9th and trailing is Charlotte's Rocket. 30 1/5 the opening quarter. No change in positions as they move on past the 3/8. Fundy wins Horton is the leader by 1 over Princess JT. Joyous One continues to race third at the rail. In 4th is Command Power. Geeka Buddy has 5. Kilkerran Bay in 6th. Gerrymander up on the outside. Then Young Spy and treading the field as they move past the half. Charlotte's Rocket. Out front, Fundy wins Horton and Princess JT continue to race 1-2 with Joyous One following third. 4th, Command Power with an eye to the outside. In a 5 is Geeka Buddy. Kilkerran Bay has 6. Gerrymander in 7. 8th on the outside. As they continue on past the 5/8, Charlotte's Rocket, and now trailing Young Spy. As they move on now to the 3/4, 102-1's the half. Fundy wins Horton. Princess JT now pulls the pocket. As they approach 3/4, Princess JT drives on to take over the lead. Fundy wins Horton second. Up on the outside, Joyous One now takes over second. 3 wide and racing third is Command Power. As they move on to the top turn, Princess JT by 1 length. Joyous One giving chase second. Third is Command Power. On the outside, Kilkerran Bay now sits 4th. 3 wide and 5. Gerrymander. 134 the 3/4. They've got less than 1/8 to come as they move off the top turn. Princess JT. Here comes Joyous One now after her on the outside. Command Power is third. Kilkerran Bay 4th. Joyous One on the outside is going to get up to win it. Second is Princess JT. The show spot to Command Power. Joyous One, a 5-year-old mare by Justin Passing. Over Randy McIntosh of Truro. Frank McDougall driving. 1 mile and 2:05 1/5.